Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open the latest Next in AI newsletter to give you that 360-degree view of what's happening in the industry. We're going to cover everything from new ad models all the way to the absolute cutting edge of research.
Okay, let's get right into it, because this really is the central question, isn't it? What we're seeing today is this fascinating split in the AI world. On one side, you have this massive, explosive push into commercial stuff, and on the other, some really deep, really complicated challenges are starting to bubble up from the research frontier.
So first up, let's take a look at what the biggest names in tech are actually doing. And when you do, you see this really interesting two-pronged approach, and it tells you a lot about where we are right now. So on one hand, you've got these moves that are all about reaching the mass market. OpenAI has started testing ads in the free version of ChatGPT. This is all about finding a business model that can actually support free access for millions and millions of users. They're promising, of course, that the ads will be clearly labeled and that they've built in strong privacy protections. And then, in what feels like a totally different universe, OpenAI is also rolling out a custom, super secure version of ChatGPT for US defense teams. It's on a platform called GenAI.mil. So in the same breath, they're chasing advertising dollars and these incredibly high-stakes secure government contracts. It is the perfect snapshot of AI expanding into basically every corner of society. Now, what's really interesting here is that this is not just an OpenAI story. Not at all. The entire ecosystem is just firing on all cylinders. You've got Hugging Face pushing out a preview of Transformers.js v4, which makes it way easier to run models right in your browser. And you have major players like Relic using generative AI on AWS to totally transform productivity. The momentum is just everywhere. Okay, so let's keep going, because this is where things get really wild. Beyond these huge tech giants, we are seeing what you can only call a Cambrian explosion of new AI tools. This is the moment where the technology really starts getting into the hands of more creators and more developers. Just a quick glance at what's been launching lately shows this incredible range, this huge wave of specialization. We're seeing tools that let you literally design how an AI thinks, security scanners built just for AI agents, and even AI-powered therapy apps that offer 24/7 support. The toolbox is expanding at a pace that is just dizzying. So, here's the crucial point. We're seeing a fundamental shift in how we even interact with AI. Take Agent Builder, for instance. Instead of just getting a block of text back from a chatbot, this thing lets developers create agents that respond with an actual functional user interface. This is huge. We're moving past simple conversation and into a world where AI can build the exact tools we need right on the fly. But with all of this happening so fast, a massive question pops up. How do we actually know if any of these new tools and models are any good, or if they're even safe? And for that, we have to turn to the research frontier. And researchers are building brand new ways to measure progress. These two new benchmarks are perfect examples. You've got Gebench, which is designed specifically to test if an AI can correctly build and predict how an app's interface should work. And then you have World Arena, which tests something completely different. Does an AI agent truly get the physics and function of the real world? Look, you can't improve what you can't measure, and these are the new yardsticks. And this just perfectly illustrates the constant cat-and-mouse game that's at the heart of AI development. As these models get scarily good at writing like humans, our ability to tell the difference, well, it's falling way behind. And that is a massive problem for everything from academic integrity to fighting disinformation. A new research paper called Stealth RL just puts a really fine point on this. The researchers basically used reinforcement learning to train an AI with one very specific goal: rewrite text to fool not just one, but a whole bunch of different AI text detectors, all while keeping the original meaning intact. And yeah, they did it. Which just goes to show you how incredibly hard this detection problem has become. So why does all this nerdy research on benchmarks and detection actually matter? Well, it matters because we're trying to apply this exact technology to solve the world's most urgent problems. Take wildfires, right? The UN projects they're going to increase by 14% by 2030. Researchers are now developing AI systems, autonomous agents that can operate in virtual digital twin simulations to help us manage these disasters. But for any of that to work, the AI has to be rock-solid reliable. The stakes are just incredibly high. And this brings us to the core tension of this whole conversation. We're in a race for innovation, no doubt about it. But that race is running right alongside a growing and frankly urgent need to think about societal impact and our responsibilities. If you were to draw up a balance sheet for AI progress right now, it would look something like this.
On the asset side, you've got amazing new tools for everyone, huge productivity gains, and incredible new applications in science. But on the liability side, you've got serious security risks like we just talked about, major ethical blind spots, and even the risk of systematically excluding entire groups of people.
And here is a really powerful, sobering example. A new paper, written by blind and low-vision researchers themselves, highlights how the modern research world, with its obsession with visual data and charts, is systematically excluding them from the process of creating knowledge. It's just a stark reminder that the very tools we build to move forward can accidentally put up brand new barriers if we're not being careful.
So when you pull it all together, the crucial takeaway from all of this is a question that I'm just going to leave you with. We are undeniably building smarter and more capable AI every single day. The technology is accelerating like crazy. But are we making sure that all this technological progress is actually translating into a genuinely wiser, more equitable, and safer world? That's the challenge that defines this entire moment in AI.